How's it going, everybody? I'm going to throw a review up here today of Kameo, Elements of Power for the Xbox 360. If anybody wants to see any gameplay video of this, just let me know. I'm kind of lazy right now and don't want to throw it in and start playing it, but this is a really good game. I had this for a short time when I first had the Xbox back in '06. It was alright, but I think I wanted other games to play or something, so I sold it, but I picked it up again recently and played it through, and I enjoyed it a lot. This is a really good game. You use Kameo here in the beginning. You're like storming this castle, and then you get smacked in the mouth, and you lose all your elemental warriors, and you're trying to like save this guy here. Your sister is released Thorn, this giant troll, and unleashed hordes of trolls, and you try to save him, but you're unprepared in the beginning. You get hit, done. You lose your elemental warriors, which I'll talk about in a sec, and you have to find them, and then you go to these temples, and your sister is kidnapped. Your uncle, I think your two uncles, your aunt, your mom. You gotta free them, but you pick up elemental warriors. You have to get them first. You have to save a few. You'll get a few when you free your family members, but most of the time you go and they're trapped in like shadow trolls, so you have to follow the shadow troll into his little lair. There's usually a little trick you have to do to get in there. And then you take them out and you get them. The first one you get is a pummel-weed here. They all have special powers, and they can be assigned to certain buttons. It has like that. It's a rare game, so it has the rare look and the rare feel, but it has like that Zelda. You can assign one to A, X, B, Y, whatever. 3 of the buttons you can assign them to, and actually Kameo's the one button, so you can turn back into her. But you'll be using the elemental warriors for it most of the time. The first one you pick up is Pummel-Weed. They all have special abilities. They do unique things that they do. His Pummel-Weeds is like he's like a boxer, and you can borrow him underground, and he comes up and does an uppercut or he just punches people. Chilla here can climb up walls. It's like a Yeti. He can go up. He can climb up the walls with like these ice. He uses icicles, or I can throw him. This one here is, oh god, I can't remember their names. Ash is the dragon. He has a little, he either blows fire or he can shoot a little flame that will like trail up stuff, which is good for knocking down towers that some of the trolls will be in with cannons. And there's a really cool one you get later on. I believe it's the last one you get. Thermite's really cool. He like launches bombs and stuff. He's great. But there's 10 of them overall. They all have unique things. Major Ruin's another one that can roll. 40 below is like can go down these ice paths that none of the other ones can. And they all come into play into the boss fights. So you have to use certain ones in each boss fight, which is cool. It's a little strategy there and trying to figure out which ones to use. The gameplay is good in this game. The music's really good in this. A lot of good music, especially when you're going across the big open world. Like occasionally you'll have to do things in the open world because the elves are fighting the trolls. You'll have to either destroy catapults or their war machines, or you'll have to use catapults to stop like an airship from bombing stuff. Which is cool. The game looks great. It still holds up today, in my opinion. This is a launch title in '05, almost 6 years, and I think the game still holds up pretty well. I'd go an 8 on the gameplay. A lot of cool things to do. They all, like I said, using the elemental warriors is fun because they all do their own stuff, and like I said, you have to use all of them. You'll go to like certain temples to save your family members, which is cool, and then you fight end bosses. The end boss fights are good. Like you can do little side things too to collect fruit, or you can find them scattered throughout the world. Or like sometimes I remember I went to this guy's hut and he's like, oh, help me from these bugs we're popping out of this little cocoon thing. Destroyed them in the game one, but they can upgrade your elemental warriors with the fruit. I think there's 100, I got about 30. So there's that, there's elements of life you can buy. I'm not sure if you can find them too, you probably can. But I bought a few, I had 5 or 12 in my life bar. They fill up your life bar, they like expand it. I had 5 of them and I beat the game on that, so I don't think it's necessary to get all of them. Like I said, the gameplay is fun, it looks great. Still to this day it looks great. I mean, obviously there's games that look better than it now, but for like almost 6 years I think it still holds up well. It's kind of short. I beat it in I think maybe 9.5 hours. And I didn't like go around and collect all the fruit and elements of life and stuff, and do all the little other. There's a few other like little side things I think you can do for people in the little towns you're in. But like I said, the music's really good in this game. I mean, besides the short, it's a bit easy too. There was never any points where I got like, I mean, I died a few times here and there, but no, nothing that like pissed me off beyond belief or anything like that. Like I said, it's a fun game. I mean, I checked this one out. It's $5. You know, it's good gameplay with all the different elemental warriors you can use, which is cool. It's an alright storyline too. You know, the voice acting's solid. The music's really good. Gameplay's fun. I'd probably go, you know, I guess saying now, like when this came out, I'd go like a 9 on the graphics, but you know, 8, 9 on the graphics. 8 on the, it's a straight 8 for me. 8 on the say 8 on the graphics, 8 on the gameplay, 8 on the music. Although I guess I'd go a little lower on the like length and replayability factor. There is co-op you can do. I haven't done any of it, so I guess you can go back and do that for extra achievements or something. But you know, I'd say an 8 overall, 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoy this game. It's only $5 used now. I'd pick it up if you're into these kind of games. It's a rare game, and rare games are rarely terrible. This one's good, and I like the pinatas and everything else. It's too bad too, because their games have sold okay on the 360, not incredible by any means. But if these games came out on Nintendo consoles, I think they would have sold through the roof. Honestly, it's too bad that Microsoft bought them. I mean, it's cool because they put out these games, but I think they would have had a lot more success if they stuck with Nintendo, or they just weren't bought, and Nintendo, I guess, didn't try to keep them. But definitely a really cool game. Check this one out. Really good. Occasionally you'll, you know, you're using the elemental warriors most of the time. Sometimes you'll use Kameo to, you know, she has like a little kick attack and she can hover and jump. You need her to jump, actually. There's little puzzles here and there that are never too hard. The boss battles are fun, not too hard either. You just have to, you know, like I said, there's a little strategy there and figure out what ones to use to beat them. But really cool game. Definitely check this one out. Kameo Elements of Power.